So I've only had my Hello Kitty guitar for a couple days now, and first thing I noticed, first thing was that the frets all needed to be dressed, so now they're actually shiny. But in playing the thing, I noticed that the neck didn't seem to be aligned to the body. There was too much space on the low E side, and not enough spacing on the high E side between the string and the edge of the fretboard, and that actually affected my playing a bit. So I decided to try and fix the thing, and so I explored a couple options, either moving everything on the body, which would be easier to conceal and probably I guess simpler than messing with the neck pocket. You could either mess with the neck pocket or try to push the like loosen the screws and then push the neck over, and maybe that would work too. And then I looked at the back of the neck, and I noticed that you can see that that part, firstly, it extends way too far. Secondly, it's not symmetrical. You can't really see it on the video, but I can feel that it's not symmetrical. It feels too shallow here, and it's too baseball bat like here. It's like just too round. It's not right. And then the other thing I noticed is that up here by the this end of the fretboard, the high E string and maybe even the B string had they seem to be like really close to the body, or really close to the fretboard, whereas the clearance seemed to be okay on the lower side. And then I got to looking, I was like, I wonder why that is. And then I looked, and you can definitely see that this neck is twisted. Ever so slightly, but it's twisted for sure. So I am going to try to straighten this thing. A couple other YouTube videos I saw of people straightening necks. The first one, probably the one I'm going to try, said to clamp this thing down and use like a hot iron to heat it up. And then it's humid enough around here, I think I don't need to steam it, but maybe I do. That seems to be the easiest way to go about it. And there are, like, I guess mixed, like Will Gelvin says, like if you can read the grain here, you could probably see why it twisted. Maybe not so much the fretboard, but you know, the main body of the neck. Although that doesn't look terribly bad, but it's not quite right either. Another guy, VK, I think it's VK, the bald guy with all the tattoos on his head. He said to try to like take off the fretboard and then sand it flat. They said that's like the #1 recommended way of doing it. I don't quite have the tools for doing that, but I could probably see about doing that, maybe somehow. Either that or take out all the frets and re-level the fretboard just by sanding it. Or the craziest idea he suggested was to take out all the frets and then on the like and then fatten the tangs, like squish the tangs of the frets down on one side to induce a counter twist, and that's at one end of the fretboard. On the other end of the fretboard, fatten the tangs on the other side to continue the twist. So to basically put a counter twist in it using the frets. I definitely don't have the tools for that, but yeah, that'll be the thing. And then this thing certainly needs some string trees, definitely in the on the high side. Getting a lot of sitar effect. I'm not getting enough neck angle or string break angle here, so that'll be what I need to do with the neck, I think. Now for the body, the strings come in the very base of the bridge, and it is a pain in the ass to get the strings to come up through the saddles. Now I kind of have a tool, and I use the term endearingly, but it's basically a bent paper clip that lets me fish out the string as it's coming in, and help it come up and over. But I want to do what like the Squire version of this, and because this bridge, you can see the holes down there. There are holes in the bridge for the strings to come up through, and that'll make restringing it easier if I just drill through the body and into the back and put the ferrules or bushings or whatever they're called. Just put those in the back, and then just be done with it. But all in all, it's well, it's another project. Hooray.